Morning guys. This is a video for finishing the train body in Fusion 360. If you're using Onshape or Inventor, please close this out and open the proper video. Okay, so we're going to work on finishing the body up today. What that looks like is putting this hole in the top for the smokestack, the 2 holes that are threaded in the side of the body, and the 3 holes in the front for the cow catcher. Alrighty, let me slide this out of the way. As you can see, I've got Fusion already opened up. I'm signed in at the top here, Ronnie Moats. I need to come in, File, click Open, and find my train body. Double click that and open it up, and as I can see, I'm back here to my train body. Okay, the first thing that I need to go over with this is how to place a plane on the cylindrical top. We can't just draw on a round surface. Okay, so we need to put a plane on the top of this surface in order to put a sketch on it to place this hole, like I already have. But I wanted to show you how to delete features via the browser as you are working. And you need to, in order to do that, have your browser over here viewed. So over here on the left side, you have to expand that browser, and you have to come down to Sketches and Construction. Bodies have this open. Okay, my last sketch that I created was this hole in the top, which was undimensioned. It was just a hole, so I could show you how to delete. Once I have this open, I can right click and delete it. I can also come in and delete this plane. Delete this feature. Okay, I'm not seeing why it's not deleting. Document settings, top, front, origin, body. That's the whole body. Interesting. Very interesting. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm back. I apologize for that. Down here in the very bottom window, I have to make sure that this is open. All the way to the right here, this is a timeline. This is considered your timeline of features. It's not over here in the browser as it is with Inventor. So you have to come along here. The very last thing I did was this extrusion, Extrude 7. I can right click on that, delete that feature, delete Sketch 8, delete that plane, and I'm right back to the same place that you guys were, or where you should be. Now, in order to put a plane on this, we have to come up here to Construct, and we are going to put a flat spot, which is a plane, on top of that circle. So we need a tangent plane, and we need to click the surface that we want, and if I look at this from the front now, you'll see that this plane is already right at the apex of the arch. Okay, so I'm switching back to this, I'm clicking OK, and you'll see this yellow plane here. This is plane number 2 because I deleted plane 1. But you're going to click on Sketch and then click on the yellow plane. Alright, so looking at our dimensions here, we can see that this is a 1/2 inch hole, 0.50, that goes down 0.25 inches. We can tell it goes down from the arrow, the T with the arrow on it. And it is 0.88 inches from the front, going to the back, to the center mark on the hole. Alright, so I'm going to do a center point circle. Click on the center, dimension that to 0.5. Hit enter. I'm going to come up to my dimension tool. Click on the center of the circle. Come down here and dimension that to 0.88. Hit enter. Finish my sketch and extrude this, but I'm going to come over to the extrude window, and for new body I'm going to click cut. Now this would be in a positive, it's showing it in the positive manner. I'm flipping that around and I need to type in minus 0.25. I click that, and I have my hole for my smokestack in the body. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do for this is we need to put these 2 holes for the axles in the side of the train body. This one shows it to be 4.5 inches from the back. Since it's 5.5 inches long, that means it's 1 inch from the front. And it shows that it's 1 inch from the back. So it's 1 inch from the back, this one's 1 inch from the front. Shows that they're both 0.5 inches from the bottom. Now, there's no arrow or leader pointing to this hole. What we've got on this one is a reference. The leader comes out here and points to 1/4 20 UNC. That means it's a 1/4 inch hole, 20 threads per inch, universal coarse thread. It's a universal designation as far as ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, is concerned. The through times 2, what that means is that this hole goes all the way through it, and there's 2 of them, one here, one here. Through hole times 2 means 2 holes. Okay? So I'm going to put a sketch on the side of this train body now. And I'm going to draw 2 circles, 0.25 inches in diameter. Put another one in, 0.25 inches in diameter. And I'm going to dimension the rear one, 1 inch from the rear. The front one, 1 inch from the front. And both of them to be 1/2 inch or 0.5 from the bottom. Okay, now when I get done with this, I'll click Finish Sketch, click Create Hole. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to extrude both of these holes. And in order to do that, distance of extent, I want it through all. So it's where it says extent here, I don't want distance or to another object. I want it through all. I have it cut. Both of them. Click OK. Now what I'm going to do is come back up to Create. I'm down here to Thread. And I'm going to click on that hole. And because it's a 1/4 inch hole, it already comes up with a designation that fits that hole. These are the different ones. Coarse thread, Universal National Coarse is 20 threads per inch. Universal Standard is 24 inches. Universal National Fine is 28 inches. They don't have UNPT, which is the other most common, which is Unified National Pipe Thread. They don't have that here. So we're going with that. Class B, right-hand thread, and click OK. And it only did the one, so I'm going to click on that one, come back up to Create, Thread, and click OK on that too. So now you can see, if we look into those holes, that they're threaded to accept a bolt. All right. The next thing we need to do on this is I need to put these 3 holes in the front for the cow catcher. And if I follow this leader down, it says that these are just 3 flat bottom holes that are 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch, in diameter by 1/8 of an inch deep. This one is in the center. If I follow the line out to here, it shows that it's 0.625 or 5/8 of an inch from the bottom, and that the other 2 are 0.125 inches from the bottom and 3/8 or 0.375 from each side. So I need to see the front view to put a sketch on that. Click Sketch, click on the front, and I'm back to drawing 3 circles. 0.125, create another one, 0.125, create another one, and it's easier to type in 1/8 inch, which is 0.125. So either way, it'll do the math for me, it'll convert it, which is really handy when you get into some weird fractions that you just can't remember, like 29/64 or 73/128. I haven't got a clue what that is. So the next thing I need to do is come up here to my Sketch Dimension tool. Make sure this is in the middle. 1 inch, yes it is. And it's supposed to be 0.625, which is 5/8 of an inch from the bottom. 0.625. Both of these are supposed to be 0.125 from the bottom. All right, and they're supposed to be 3/8 of an inch from the center to the outside edge, which is 0.375 or 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so I have the height and the width dimensions for all 3 holes. So I'm going to finish the sketch. Come over to Extrude, and I'm going to click. Yep. Let's try that again. I did not click on the center of that hole. I'm going to zoom in here It's going to make it easier to be a little more precise on where I click. 1, 2, 3, operation cut. Okay, that's going to be a negative 0.125. Click OK. So, I have all 3 cowcatcher holes located where they need to be. Alright, I have my axle holes, which are both in the correct position. The only thing that I have left to do is, they don't show it on here, but we have a note to round all edges a radius of 0.1, except for the drill holes. Alright, so what we need to do then is use the fillet tools, fillet to create a round on all those square edges. Okay. So a fillet has to have a diameter for a radius. So, radius type, constant radius. I must have to click on the edge first. I'm going to click on this front edge, and then I need to set it, and it says it's 0.1 for all edges. Let's see if it'll stay. Select tangent chain. Select. Okay. I hope I don't have to click on this for every single one. This one, this one, this one, this one. I don't want to click on the bottom. I want to leave that edge square. Wow, looking at my drawing now, I just realized that I deleted. This is not supposed to be round on the bottom. This 2 should be flat straight across. I'm going to need to come back and fix that at a later point. I screwed that up. Didn't even notice I did. Click. Oops. Darn it. I clicked on a face instead of an edge. Did it again. You want to make sure you don't turn a whole face or a side blue. 0.1 for the dimension. Yep, okay. I'm going to have to go along. Be a little more careful here. Point 1. Select. Flip this view. Click OK. Do some more. 0.1. Okay. Looks like I've got all the squared off edges. But I want to show you one other way you can utilize the fillet tool. And that's in a reverse corner. So if I click that and put a radius of 0.1 in, it'll also round out that. Which, man, my mouse is just too touchy. I should be able to click on that line. Well, at any rate, I'm having some mouse issues because I've got my trackball home here. Anyways, I'm going to click OK, close that out, and then that finishes the train, finishes the train body off for us. All right, all I have to do, click, save, train body, finished train body. And that's it. I'm done. Don't forget to finish the questions that are written in the haiku as well. And that ends this 2 projects for the week, along with those questions. The questions need to be in your engineering notebook. See you soon.